Salut, c'est Mathieu Ludovox et aujourd'hui je suis avec Steve sur le stand de Tasty Minstrel et Steve va nous présenter Cthulhu Realms. Hi Steve.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. What about you?
I'm doing really well, yeah.
Is it okay here in Tasty Minstrel?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we're in the heart of the craziness right now. There's a lot of people around, but it's going really well. Got a lot of traffic.
The heart of madness. This is here, Cthulhu Realms.
We're going insane. We're all going insane, and it's good.
So this Cthulhu Realms game is based off Star Realms.
Yes, yeah. So it's rooted in the Star Realm system with some key changes to kind of make it a little more intricate, a little more advanced. Is probably the best way to say it. Yeah.
How do we play and how do we lose?
Well, I'll tell you how to lose is you go insane. So each player starts with 50 sanity points here, and you're trying to get your opponents down to 0, right? So the way you do that is you will play certain cards that have either conjuring power, which is like money. You use that to purchase from the market, or sanity loss, which is the attack. So if someone played these two on me, I would lose 2 sanity and move my marker down and go like that. So you're going to acquire cards to build up some combos to do some cool chaining effects and get your opponent down to 0. So
it's a strictly 2-player deck building game. A bit like Star Realms, I guess.
Actually, it is 2 to 4 players, so that's one of the key differences. It was developed to play 2 to 4 players out of the box. Actually, it's a really interesting way to handle 3 and 4 players, where you split the market and you each have 2 markets to choose from. So, and then when you attack, it hits both of your neighbors. So there's no picking on the leader, or it's just when I hit 10, both of you have to deal with it. So it keeps the game moving really fast, which is really nice. Yeah,
I like it because it sounds really aggressive.
yeah, no, it is. I mean, the goal is to get down to 0, but everyone going into it understands that. So I'm going to hit you just like you're going to hit me, right? So,
what are the other key changes away from Star Realm?
Sure. Well, the one of the main differences is there's only 3 colors instead of 4, so you get to your combos a little faster. And there's also some cross-color combos. So in this game, it's potential that a green might help a purple, or a yellow might help a green, which is not really common in Star Realms. So that's one of the key things. The other thing is the flexibility in your action. So for example, this card has 3 actions. You can do one of the actions and go do other things and come back and finish these actions. You do not need to resolve the card fully. So that I love. It just gives you the flexibility. So here's an example. So this right here means you need to have played a green card in order to hit for an extra point. But maybe when you play it, you don't have a green card, another green card. So you could play it, do some other things. Maybe you'll end up acquiring a green card. Then you can play it. Now you can come back and hit for 1. So it's all about like the flexibility of that, and you can find the interesting combos to make it work best for you.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit slyer, You can make nasty combos with this. I can see where this is going.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where you might start a turn and you're like, God, how am I going to get to... Oh, wait, I could do this, and then I can do this, and now I can do this. It's one of those kind of games where it's very intricate combos. And so that was the idea, is it's sort of a kind of a next step of Star Realms that gives you a few more paths to explore.
So I guess that the parchment card is like you draw 1 card and you discard 1 card.
This is draw 1, discard 1, and then this would be hit your opponent for 3. This one's a little more advanced. So this means if you've played a yellow and you have a location in play, then draw a card. Let's talk about the locations.
Do we have?
Yeah. Right here. So these are like the bases in Star Realms. So if that's in front of me, I have to attack this before I can attack the opponent, right? And then there's an advanced one. If you look at this, that's got a little location symbol in it. So this protects locations. So I can't hit this one until I hit this one. So this is a really cool combo. Can't hit me until that's gone, and can't get this until that's gone. So that's one of the things that was added to help protect, yeah.
It's really nice to have the location protection system.
Yeah, it adds another level to sort of building up your system.
I like the layers of Star Realms. I have not played this one obviously yet, but I don't really like the multi-layered aspect of Star Realms where you build your combos, but you also build your protection. It's like it's not fully frontal. You know, you're just building your base and building your fleet.
Right. Yeah. That idea is still very inherent here. We're just giving you a few more options, so you don't necessarily have to specialize with all greens or whatever. You can diversify your deck a little more, which will just give you more paths to like chain things together. So that was the idea.
How many cards do we have here?
I believe there are 66 of the different types. There's 3 types. There's artifacts and people and then locations. So I don't know the exact number there. There's quite a few. And there's each type in each color. So there's a nice variety. And the artwork is we're so thrilled with it. It's great.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's not a dark Cthulhu. It's playful Cthulhu. It's cartoony a little bit. So, and
You're wearing a T-shirt.
It's one of the cards in the game. So, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to tell you about it. So, if you want me to show you what a multiplayer setup looks like.
Yeah, why not?
So let's say there were 3 of us playing. It would look like this. So you could buy from this market or this market. I can buy from here. Yeah. So it gives you more options. You actually have 6 cards to draw from. And then when you attack, I hit both of my neighbors. So it keeps the game moving. You don't pick on a leader. You just I attack for 10 and you have to deal with it and this guy has to deal with it.
And you don't have an overflow of cards like if you had 9 cards to choose from, and it makes a bit of difference between the players.
Yeah, in fact, it lets you strategize a little better because, only you and I are buying from right here, so I'm more likely to get what I want because I don't have all the players buying from here. So I know you're not going for green, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get this, that kind of thing. So it's great.
It's nice because when you have a river cards, usually with like 4-player games, you can't get anything. You don't control anything.
Yeah, you have no idea what will be there on your turn, so you just have to wait. This lets you plan a little better, which is cool. And then the other thing, let me show you 4 players really quick. So
it's like a cross, actually.
So what happens here? So same thing. I can buy from these 2, right? I attack and it hits both of you. I don't actually interact with this player until one of you is gone. So then you get eliminated, and then we consolidate down, and now it's 3, and then one else goes away, and then now it's 2. So it has a really interesting feel that you're not going to interact with this guy until some other people get eliminated.
And the environment moves. That's quite crazy. Well, thank you, Steve. That was a pretty extensive overview of Cthulhu Realms, and I'm quite excited to play it. Actually.
Great. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Thanks you. Have a good one.
Last but not least, do you speak any French?
I do not, sorry.
It's okay, we just ask because it's so funny sometimes.
Sure. Yeah, no, you don't. I don't at all.
Well, thank you. Salut, à bientôt sur Ludovox.